Most people fail, not because they are incapable, but because they rely on motivation to carry a life that requires discipline. Motivation feels good, but it is unreliable. It comes when things are easy and disappears the moment pressure shows up. Discipline stays. Discipline works when you are tired, confused, broke, and unsure. That is why discipline matters more when you have nothing. Motivation is emotional. Discipline is structural. One depends on how you feel. The other depends on what you decided. When you are broke, motivation is dangerous. It makes you start many things and finish none. It gives you energy without direction. You wake up excited one week and discouraged the next. You feel like something is wrong with you, when in reality you are relying on the wrong engine. Motivation is like sugar. It gives you a quick burst and then crashes. Discipline is like fuel. It burns slowly and carries you far. Most Africans grow up in survival environments. In survival environments, emotions control behavior. When you feel tired, you rest. When you feel stressed, you escape. When you feel pressure, you look for relief. Discipline requires the opposite. It requires action, even when the body wants comfort. That is why discipline feels unnatural at first. You are training against your conditioning. Nobody told us that motivation was supposed to die. Nobody told us that the real work begins when excitement fades. We thought something was wrong when it got boring. We thought quitting meant being honest with ourselves. But quitting is often just obeying discomfort. Discipline is choosing the future you want over the comfort you crave. Wealth is built in boring moments, in routines that look unimpressive, in repetition that feels pointless, in consistency that nobody claps for. The people who win are not the most excited. They are the most structured. They don't wait to feel ready. They do what needs to be done because it is scheduled, not because it feels good. When you are broke, your mind looks for relief. That relief comes in entertainment, distraction, validation, and spending. Discipline interrupts that cycle. Discipline says no to small comforts so big options can exist later. Discipline says, I will do this even if nobody notices. Discipline says, I will show up even when results are invisible. Motivation asks, how do I feel today? Discipline asks, what must be done today? One leads to inconsistency. The other leads to compounding. Wealth is compounding. Skills compound. Habits compound. Discipline compounds. Motivation does not. If you rely on motivation, life will control you. If you rely on discipline, you will control life slowly, quietly, and permanently. Discipline is freedom delayed. Motivation is pleasure borrowed from tomorrow. Being disciplined does not mean being perfect. It means being committed. It means missing days, but never quitting the system. It means returning to structure, even after failure. Wealth does not require flawless execution. It requires long-term obedience to simple principles. If you are broke and waiting to feel motivated before you change your life, you will wait forever. The people who escape, struggle, do not feel different. They act different. They build systems that force progress even when emotions resist. You don't need hype, you need habits. You don't need excitement. You need structure. You don't need another motivational video. You need to decide who you are becoming and obey that decision daily. I am not rich yet. I am still building, but I am disciplined. And discipline is louder than motivation over time. If you master discipline while you are broke, wealth becomes a matter of time, not luck.